Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are able to join me. I'm just going to go live here on my Instagram. However I do that. There we go. One of these days it'll come straight forward. All right. There we go. Hello, everybody. So here I am live. Everything's working on all my channels. I'm all good. Microphones are on. Yay! And things are going smoothly. Hello, Lilia. Good to see you. So today I have quite a few things I want to chat about. It has been an incredible week. So this week we've had the lunar eclipse, and we have the portal 1111, and we have the U.S. election. So there's a lot of energies under movement today. This week, and it's all happening on the tail of the solar eclipse, which affects the next 6 months. So a lot of incredible energies going on right now. I'm going to start. All right, I'm going to start with the lunar eclipse because that is the one that is affecting us the most. You may have noticed that you were rather emotional. You may have noticed that you have got an uncomfortable feeling rising up. You may be very restless and irritated and just struggling with emotions in your life and really hitting against frustrations. All right, this is all the energies of the moon. And the eclipse that has happened. So this is a good thing. The eclipse is the moon is in Taurus, which is all about what is it? It's all about the pleasure in our life. It's all about embracing joy and self-empowerment and stepping into our power and things like that. Okay, it's really good. It's also centered around very materialistic things like money, like primary relationships, about the joys in life, which is beautiful heading into the holiday season, right? But because it's about that doesn't mean that the eclipse happens and all of a sudden we're all full of joy and excitement. It actually means the opposite, because what happens is the shadows that have been restricting us, the darkness within ourselves that has not wanted to embrace a higher path is really rising to the surface right now. All right. So we end up getting very frustrated, very angry, very irritated. And a lot of it has been centered around finance. So a lot of it around finance, a lot of it around settling karma. That's a big one that's come up this week. As well, a lot of it is around relationships, especially their closest relationships. A lot of career issues as well. So you may feel restless in your career and want to go, hello, Tammy, good to see you. So you may have this restlessness happening. So as it kind of rises up in us, it makes us really uncomfortable in our life. And it makes us have, some of the things that people are explaining to me is the unexplained anger. They're just angry and they don't know why. Right? Or a lot of times this anger, we find something to put it onto. So we will put it towards the lack of financial abundance in our life, or the resentment towards career choices, or the resentment towards partners or family members, or even a resentment towards all the political crap that's going on, right? This is what we do to try and give a reason to these emotions. And what I'm going to tell you now, don't try and give it reason to the emotion. Let yourself feel the emotion. Let it come up, feel it, and let it go. Okay? This isn't a big time for self-analysis into understanding why you are the way. It's more of a time to step into just letting it go and rising above it. All right? So, when we rise above it, so that's the other thing I'm going to move over to here right now, is the 1111. So November 11th is Friday, right? Coming right on the heels of this lunar eclipse. And they talk about the 1111 portal opening up, which is open right now. And this portal is about ascension. So basically we are right now, we've got all this solar energy coming at us. There's actually an asteroid coming close to Earth. And yes, it does affect us because it is affecting the Earth's energy. When anything affects the Earth energy field, like solar flares, lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, asteroids passing by, and planetary alignments. All of that affects us humans because we are energetic beings, right? We vibrate. It vibrates. Our world vibrates. It all comes together. There we are. So this 1111 is about ascension. It means that we can level up in our lives. All right. Now, to level up in your life, it's not necessarily about what you intellectually understand. It's more about what you feel through your heart, which is the overall vibration of what your life is. So these emotions that are coming up, the reason why the lunar eclipse is happening, it's basically shaking you on the inside and releasing all these emotions, which are chemicals in our body, because when we have an emotion, chemicals get released and they get stored in our body. And so these chemicals are being released from our body. So we have unexplained emotions rising up. And this is why I am saying, don't spend a whole lot of time trying to analyze why you are feeling something. Don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out, well, it's because of this or it's because of that, or trying to rationalize it. This is not a time for rationalization. All right. Let go of logic. Remember, we are in an ascension. We are in and that ascension means that the divine feminine is rising. And divine feminine does not require logic. It's completely unreasonable. So don't apply logic. Let yourself be unreasonable. Let yourself feel it. Let it pass through and go on. Don't suppress it. Let it out. Just don't let it out on somebody else, because now you're causing you're creating more problems in your life. So what you want to do is just feel it through the heart. You want to be aware of your overall vibration. So the anger may come up, the frustration may come up. Feel it, let it go. Okay? And once you let it go, choose a feeling of love, of gratitude. It's a really big time right now to count your blessings, be thankful for what you have. The other thing that the eclipse, and particularly this Taurus eclipse, does for us is it's about simplicity. Life does not need to be complicated. That's part of our big problem in the world right now, is that we are complicating everything. It doesn't need to be complicated. Okay? Pretty much everybody, I will go out on a limb and I will say that, in my opinion, majority of this world, and I mean a large majority, I'm going to go up in like 90-95% of this world, the only thing they really care about is whether they have a comfortable, healthy environment, shelter for their family, they have time with their loved ones, they have joy and celebration in their lives, and they aren't worried about where the next meal's coming from. That's what we want. We want to be happy with our family. We want to spend time with our loved ones. Pretty much everybody in the world wants that. But no, politically, we're all going insane and we're fighting about everything right now. It's because shadows are coming up. Well, this week is particularly bad for it. Okay? So again, don't get caught up in logic. Let yourself feel and let it go. Be grateful for what you have. Go back to the basics. Go back to the simplicity. Be thankful for what you have. Even if it isn't much, you're breathing. That means you can be thankful for your breath. Okay? That's what you want to focus on, is that gratitude in your heart. It's not even about your thoughts necessarily, unless your thoughts are causing low vibration, which is the negativity, which is the emotion that you're feeling. So when we move into gratitude, when we think about people that we love, when we think about our pets that we love, when we move into joy, we find places to laugh, that all lightens our energy. And that is what is going to level us up in our life. This week is a great time to not analyze why we're feeling something, but let that feeling and move us away from what we don't want and towards what we do want. It's a really good time to get clear. What do we want next in our life? And keep it simple. Don't get all complicated with it. All right? But what do you want in your life? And focus on that, because this is a level up period. Okay? The 1111 portal, which is on Friday, that is the ascension. That is, the portal's open right now. The lunar energy is hitting it. The asteroid energy is passing by. Like, all this stuff is happening right now. The opportunity is here, but especially on the 1111, take the time to be grateful. Be grateful for everything you have in your life. Be grateful for our human history, because we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have our human history. It taught our souls so many things, right? And it's made us into the divine beings that we are. Remember, we are diamonds being buffed to be divine creators. All right. And that's the energy we want to step up into, is being the creators of our lives. So focus on being in gratitude. Take some time on Friday, go into some meditation and breathe into your heart and feel the positive emotions. All right. When you visualize your future, don't think about how you're going to get there. Just think about what you're welcoming into your life. This is all about just letting go and saying, yeah, I'm ready to level up, and this is what my life is going to be, and this is how I'm going to feel in it, right? So it's really moving energy fast. So another thing that went on this week, and I'm just going to take a little bit of talk about it because I don't want to get too much into it. But of course, we had the U.S. elections, and that sort of is news all over the place. We also got a lot of trials going on right now in Canada. And so there's a lot of political upheaval going on. We're in flu season, so there's a lot of people getting colds and flus and stuff like that. So everything is really kind of coming back up to the surface. Not to the extreme that it has in the last couple of years, but more in the debate. People are a little bit more open to stating what their opinions are, and a little bit more open to the debate, which is good. It's good because remember, whenever we shine light on the shadows, that means we can heal and let them go and rise up. So it's good that we're talking. It's good that there's debate. But when you're engaging in those conversations, when you do tune into the news, you do listen to what's happening, try and look for the division. Okay, look at no matter what side you're at, take a moment and realize that they're trying to divide us. They're trying to distract us from what we really want in life, which is just a happy life, right? We want to be safe. We want to be happy. We want to be fed. We're not asking for much, people, right? So look at the media and go, is this causing division? And if it's causing division, you don't want to be involved with it because they're polarized at both ends. All right. So avoid the division. Listen with your heart. What do people really mean? What is the real issues happening? All right. And then the final thing is when it comes to all of this media and all of these discussions that are going on, all this political garbage and conflict and everything else, take a moment and stop and go, what is within my influence? If it is not in your control to do something about it, then there is nothing you can do about it other than sending positive energy towards something. And on 11/11, when you do your meditation and you raise up into your heart energy and you bring in love and you bring in gratitude, then you're raising that vibration in the world. And that is the best thing that you can do for war, for political divide, for the conflicts in courts, for all of it, the crime rates that are going up, like everything. Okay. All of that worry, when we bring up the vibration of love and gratitude, it does the most that we can do for that healing. So stay into what you have power with. All right. You have power to affect the world around you. So step into the power of being the best, happiest, brightest light that you are so that others know what to strive towards. If we don't know what is better than where we are, how do we know where we're going? Right? So when you heal your life and you stand into the light of your power and you shine bright as this pure soul having a human experience, the others around you can see what that's like and can start identifying where their shadows are. So that is the best thing you can do for everybody. So stepping into your power through love, through gratitude, through breathing into the heart. And if you want to know what that meditation is about, on my YouTube channel, there is a meditation. It's there's a couple of them. There's short ones that are like 5, 7 minutes, 9 minutes or something like that. But there's a longer one that's I think 29 minutes long. And that's the one I really recommend for this week. The other ones are just when you haven't got the time, but the longer one really moves you into your heart. It gets you breathing into your heart. It gets you out of your brain because this is not a time for logic. Out of your brain, into your heart. What do you feel? That vibration of how you feel, the emotion that you feel is the emotion that you're putting out. And like I said, if the emotion is of a low vibration, then release it. Don't try and analyze it. Don't try and assign it some story. Doesn't need a story, okay? We just want to release it. We want to focus on a positive story. There's one more final tip as it just comes to me right now, right? What is the story you're telling yourself about your life, right? The story that you are living is based on your history up until this date. And the story that you tell yourself of who you are and what you're living is what you're creating moving forward. So take the time right now, because the energies are so right for this. Take the time right now to think about the story you want to be living and start telling yourself that story. Look for the evidence in your life that verifies that story, because that's the way you want to move to. Okay? And I'll do more on this at another time, longer videos, because it does all talk about how our ego tries to sabotage us and all this kind of fun stuff. And I talk about that a lot with my clients and my students and things. But anyhow, right now, what I want you to focus on is how your heart feels, the emotions that you're putting out, because that's the vibration that you are. And this is the time to embrace a new story for yourself. Keep it simple, keep it personal, and raise your own personal vibration. All right, stay out of the divide and head for the peace. Send love. And that's it. That's where we want to reside for the week. Okay. And just before I sign off, I do want to take a moment and just acknowledge Remembrance Day. So Remembrance Day is Friday, which is the 11/11 portal. And I'm not a person who believes in war. I'm not a war in any way. But I do recognize that people have taken great risk of their lives in the name of providing freedom for us. And the freedom that we live in our world right now, the ability that we have to have conversations like this, the ability we have to think different than each other, the ability to celebrate our own spiritual beliefs, freedoms. Okay, those are all things that people have sacrificed their lives to bring for us. The right to vote with the election this week, they've sacrificed their life. There's people that are still in this world fighting for that right. Okay, basic human rights. So when you have those in your life, take time to be grateful for them and be thankful for those souls that incarnated into the difficult war and battles that have gone through history to get us to where we are today. All right. Be thankful for those journeys, and let's put an end to them by bringing in peace into our hearts, love into our hearts, and gratitude. All right. I'm going to let that go for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. I love seeing you. And if I can be of any help to anybody, give me a shout. Love you all. Bye.